Anchor Lane.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Yeah, thanks.
I love the fedora.
Thank you.
That's a belter.
It's it could be. It could be a trilby.
I was going to say maybe Trilby. Aye.
Probably right. I'm not a hat connoisseur. So.
No, nor me. I just like hats, and it covers the mess that is underneath here, which is not good for filming.
You're absolutely
The good news is though, you hear a download. How's it been for you?
Amazing.
Wonderful. Yeah.
We've been here for the full weekend. Came here on the Friday, so we've got to experience the whole weekend, which was good. You know, sometimes when you're on tour and stuff like that, you don't really get the chance. But this was the only thing we had on this week, so that was amazing. We went and played the Dogtooth stage. Mm-hmm. It was. What can you say? Words don't really. I mean, I can say it's great, but that's not really accurate. It was.
I don't even know if I have words for it. It was just. Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Aye, it was amazing.
Good. Now, pandemic hit. I know. What was it? We don't really talk about it, but the reason I want to talk about it is because you released the debut record
Yeah. So
at the same time.
Yeah, well,
the
so
pandemic hit.
we released our debut album, Casino, on the 31st of January. And then obviously, I think we went on like 1.5 tours with it. And even then, it was maybe like 10 dates that we did promoting the album. And then obviously, everything gets locked down, which was a hard one to take. But at the same time, we were very happy that we got it out when we did, because it meant that through the time of us, you know, everyone being in lockdown, you're able to promote it, and if people check out your band, they've got something there to listen to, and it's a full album. And we did have messages from people who checked us out who were like, you know, this album helped me through the pandemic, and you know, and it gave me something to listen to, and you know, it was good gym music or whatever it was, like, you know, and that in itself was great. We were really happy we got it out when we did.
Yeah, good. So obviously that came out just before the pandemic. So what kept you busy in the pandemic? Did you decide to keep writing?
Yeah, so, you know, through a lot of the pandemic, though, I mean, surprisingly, we found a lot of things to write about.
Yeah.
So, we just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And with the writing that happened, we never took it as a rush, because, I don't know, it's hard to dedicate fully to something when you don't know where life's going to steer you because of lockdowns, etc. And so, what we had, which I think is really important if you want to create music that's evolving, is time. So we just wrote gradually and gave it months and months and months, maybe all in like a year and a half, until we had sort of found everything that we wanted and everything that we didn't want for our new album, which is called Call This a Reality? ? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't say question mark, it's just a question mark. Aye. That's it.
Good. So obviously with record 2 on the way, what can you tell us about it?
Thankfully, more than we've been able to yet. This is the most we've been able to talk about it. So it is going to be a bit of a kind of change in direction. And I mean, I say that obviously we're always aiming forward. You know, north is always the direction you want to go in, isn't it? But it's an evolution of the band. You know, it's a different lineup. There's 3 of us now, which we're doubling down on. It's a brand new sound that I think people are going to be surprised. But also, this is it. You know, in terms of this band, this is it. This is the lineup that it's supposed to be. This is the sound that is supposed to be. It's an amalgamation of all our influences, which are very similar, but also quite different in some ways, and pushes us more towards where we want to be. You know, because why write music you don't want to play yourself? You know. And the reaction today was that we're doing the right thing, which is great. Not that you're always looking for someone else to tell you, oh, that's good. You know, we know what we make is good, but just seeing that reaction from people who have just seen the likes of Iron Maiden and, you know, whoever else you might want to say, it's nice to get that back and, you know, reciprocate his energy off of people as well.
So with the changes to this record compared to the debut, was it planned? As in that was what was always going to happen, or did it just turn out that way?
It was that way. Where like we found things through the first album that we were like, this is what we're good at. This is what we want to try and explore in the next album. And then we kind of explored what we would have explored in the next album, and then went a step beyond that. You know, and I think you've got some things to say on this. I can see you looking at me.
No. I would like you to keep talking.
Yeah, well,
I don't think it has been said.
I know.
I was interested in what
You were interested in what I was saying? Okay.
That was the
That's nice. I'm glad someone's interested.
So you know what to say when you get asked this question, and later on.
So it was one of those ones where I think, you know, the difference between like Anchor Lane in our first album and Anchor Lane in our second album, Call This a Reality, it's probably the difference that most bands take in like 2 or 3 albums. So, but we were just like, no, we found this thing that we were all really excited by. There was I think the first song that we worked on was a song called Ministry, that Lawrence had brought in, and it was just this new sound to it that we were like, what is that? We need to do more of that. And from then on, it was just like, you know, we started building upon that idea and that sort of that vision. And the next thing for us was obviously getting a producer in who could facilitate the vision that we had. So, you know, we needed to get someone who was modern, who had ideas about synthesizers and rock and kind of like, you know, adding extra layers to things, because as much as, you know, the Casino album's an album that I'm tremendously proud of, but it's a very, in terms of the lineup and in terms of the instrumentation, it's quite simple, which is what we wanted for the time. But this album is taking what we did in Casino, putting it on steroids, and then adding hundreds of extra just ear candy to it.
Yes, I mean, you make a porridge, you don't just make porridge and then eat it, do you? You know, you get your honey on there, you put your desiccated coconut,
Stick your protein powder.
Yeah, well, yeah, all right. You know, some raisins for a wee bit of chew. You know, you've got to spice it up a little bit.
Granola.
Granola and porridge. Jesus, there's a breakfast
Mixed
of
in.
champions. That.
No.
No, let's leave that.
Chuck some Weetabix in there, you know, Cocoa Pops. Chuck it all in.
Everything.
Whenever I mix two cereals together, it can be the best thing ever. Yeah, start mixing your cereals, folks.
So people will want to see you live and on stage. So coming up in the next months or so, what's the plan? Where can people see you?
I mean, the plan is for us to be everywhere. But so the things that we've got announced right now is we've got Steelhouse Festival at the end of July. So we're playing there. Looking forward to that. Never played there, so we're looking forward to that one. We've got a Winter's End, not Winter's End Festival, the other one, Planet Rockstock. We've got that one, and then we've got stuff that's in the pipeline that we don't really know about yet, because the last 6 months have been unbelievably intense. So a couple of weeks off, and then I guess the next thing for us is pre-album campaign. Get some singles out, some music videos.
That's the main thing.
We've been super busy for the last 6-7 months. So it's nice but also strange, kind of not knowing what's coming next. Yeah, it's always been just right. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere.
Yeah.
There's maybe one day in between now and again, and then you're off again. And now we maybe have a slight break, and we're back out. But that's the plan: be everywhere as often as we can.
Everywhere.
Fleetwood Mac, I want to be with you everywhere.
At the same time. We want to be.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Carbon copies, Matrix. Just make a bunch of Smiths, but it's us.
Doing ABBA. That's what ABBA are doing.
Virtual experience, isn't it?
Yeah, I think everywhere is just playing the same thing on the same night.
Brilliant. On the same
One way
night.
to make money.
It is, isn't it?
Be really
Think
easy.
Surprise, like one venue and
I
just show up
reckon.
at one venue,
I reckon they will.
and
but we
those
don't know.
people are just I think that,
I'd buy a ticket just for the opportunity of that happening.
yeah, just for the chance.
Aye.
Yeah. You would go with me, though, 'cause it wouldn't happen.
Well, guys, it's been a pleasure
Thank you very much.
having
man.
a chat with you.
Ours.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So much.